Being the second in command in the Dark Realms is something I'm sure we've all pictured ourselves doing once or twice. But for Jahy, a long-haired demon girl, it was a reality. She was a cocky and cruel boss, but still very loved by her underlings nonetheless, and even some were a little bit weird about it. So I recently started watching The Great Jahy Will Not Be Defeated, and it's not usually my usual type of anime I like to go to. I usually try to see more anime that has a bit of a more deeper plotline in these type of shows, like maybe Death Note, maybe like more actiony like Naruto or Dragon Ball Z. But The Great Jahy Will Not Be Defeated is one of those shows you can just kind of chill, kick back and watch and maybe just fall asleep to. Not because it's boring, but because it's just very calm and chill to watch. You don't gotta like break your head just trying to focus on what's going on the storyline. There's nothing too complicated about it. It's just a very slow, almost slice of life, but I don't think that's a genre it has. I think it's a comedy, supernatural. So it's something similar to maybe Miruku-chan kinda, in a little bit, but was a more of a different twist to it. A lot, not as scary, I guess, not as frightening as Miruku-chan, with all the fucking ghosts and dark cut deep lines in the show. So The Great Jahy is basically almost like an isekai in a way, but like backwards. Instead, there's a girl named Jahy who's a general or second in command in her world called the Dark Realm, and she ends up getting defeated by a magical girl and gets sent to the human world because her world gets destroyed. I realized it sounded very similar to Devil's a Part-Timer, where the same thing happens. They're in a demon world. They get defeated by a hero, except in Jahy, it's a magical girl. On The Devil's a Part-Timer, it's an actual, I guess, more like hero that looks like a knight, but they're still girls in both shows. She basically wakes up in the new world, the human world, and she's an adult when all this is happening, but then because she lost her powers, the magic in her world, and in the human world there is no magic, she turns into a little kid, which is, you know, the little lolly character you see running around everywhere. And the reason she lost her powers was because apparently there was like a crystal, rock, this ruby that would power the whole world in the Dark Realm where she's from. But in the human world, it broke and got scattered everywhere. So now she's going around, going through woods in her backyard, going through waters, rivers, lakes, looking for the smallest fragments to regain her power. As of now, in the first episode, she has like one little piece that's builds up power or magic, and she's able to transform into her adult form for a little bit, and the story kind of goes from there. There's no real like deep meaning to it. It's just more like a very comedy. Jahy's attitude is very similar almost to Anya when I thought about it more. She makes a lot of expressions. She's very funny and cutesy in that type of way. But she's still an adult, so she still talks very clearly and doesn't do the baby talk like Anya. This one still talks completely normal, except she talks a lot of shit and looks down on everybody, and everybody just kind of treats her like a kid because she looks like a kid. And so the story is basically just her struggles of having to work and live in a normal life, pay bills, having people not bow down to her, and throughout that she goes through many mental breakdowns. Were extremely funny. It's just some funny shit all around. Now the show is pretty short. I haven't finished it yet, but it's like 12 episodes. I think I'm like on episode 7 or 8. It's something I don't watch like continuously. I don't binge these type of shows. I just let them kind of just be there, and then whenever I'm waiting for a new episode to come out, then I kind of go and watch these type of shows to, you know, watch something. And so The Great Jahy Will Not Be Defeated, you know, goes like that. Basically every episode she's running around doing all this shit. She meets some people from her past world who are doing a lot better than her, and she tries to hide that she's doing worse because she used to be above them in the other world. And there's a back and forth like that, a lot of comedy, a lot of, you know, random little scenes. They're funny, they're cute. I mean, the show isn't overly popular on my anime list. It got like a 7.2, I think 7.02, some shit like that, which, I mean, I think it's a pretty fair score considering the show is not all that complicated to watch. There's many shows similar to it. It's really almost like a mix of that. There was a part-timer with like Anya's attitude, and then like its own little twist of demons and shit. I would personally give it like a 7 as well. I wouldn't give it an overly abundant score. I wouldn't say it's very good, but I would say it's good. The other characters in the show also have their little debuts, and you know, they focus mostly on Jahy, but obviously the other characters are like her supporting characters. They help her get through everything. They hate her, but they love her, stuff like that. The author of the show is Wakame Konbu. I hope I said that shit right. He first published the manga back in 2017, and it was animated by Studio Silverlink, which has done other well-known titles like the Fate series, which I've never watched, and I've tried watching like 1 or 2 episodes, but it's just too confusing to go down that rabbit hole. But yeah, that's about it with this anime. There's not really much to it. It's very sweet, it's very short. Like I said, it's 12 episodes. I'm pretty sure it's more, actually. I think it's like 20 to be exact. I know a lot of people didn't like that it wasn't a 1-for-1 shot with the manga. There was a lot of funny scenes apparently that were cut out. I've never read the manga, to be honest, personally. I had just heard about it browsing to Crunchyroll's top anime, and that's where I found it. But most anime are like that. they never are a one-to-one shot with the manga. There's always going to be a lot of stuff they add, a lot of stuff they cut out, a lot of stuff they kind of twist and turn to make it more of a show. It's just how it is. They do that in everything. Even in comics and movies, when they make movies out of it, they gotta, twist it to make it fit a animation production, a TV, so people can digest the show better. But yeah, that's about it. I hope you guys like this little quick rant on the show, and go ahead and watch it. It's really chill, and I'm sure you'll like it. Thanks for watching. Peace.